What's up, and welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and joining me tonight, we've got Rob.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
And we've kind of got Greg. I think Freaky-Nicki might have gotten him, though.
Yeah,
what's going on, you two? Yeah.
What happened to you, man? Where are you at?
I'm semi here. I think I'm half here, half in the, I don't know, what do you want to call it?
Yeah, you're in the
ether?
The Willowverse? The
Willowverse, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
man.
I threw out my back, so I'm in a weird compromising situation here. But I'm on audio. I will say that the benefit of this is, so my dad just made me a really nice loaf of banana nut bread, and usually I can't eat on the pod because it looks unsightly, but now that I'm just on audio, I can eat as much as I want. So
What? Oh, you don't want to bring back the mukbang? You can do our mukbang, man. Come on.
Laura's like, don't even start. Don't even
I'm not
start.
going to say it. We're not going to go there tonight.
Yeah,
we have
but-
too much to talk about with
Yeah,
this movie.
That's true. But
I
we
mean,
do
I'm
have to-
down to always go to mukbang, but you know.
Yeah. I do have to say, I like Greg made this cool background for his like little screen
Yeah.
with his face and like a mirror, a picture, and it looks like Freaky-Nicki's in the background. So it's pretty dope, dude. So maybe everybody watching, you can just imagine Greg's lips are moving. You know, maybe I'll try to do something in editing. Maybe I can make his lips move. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But
And if you're listening to this on the podcast, maybe come check out the YouTube.
Oh, yeah. There
It's
you
pretty
go.
cool.
Yeah.
Check it out, the Conjecturing Podcast. Check it out.
If you made just the lips move, but not the rest of my face, I don't know. That'd be so.
That would be too
that'd be so
distracting, I
weird.
think.
That would be
I
don't know
probably
if
end
I'd
up just
like
like
it.
inserting things into your mouth I shouldn't be. and
Yeah.
stuff, so yeah.
It would
I
go
shouldn't
fully
go
off
for
the
it.
different
rails.
than every other day, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. You're my obsession, man. You're my obsession. Yeah.
Okay, well, we are doing 2026's highly successful Obsession, another new movie. I'm super excited to do this one.
Yeah, this is another one that we put up a poll, like 4 movies. Obsession won, pretty handedly, which I wasn't surprised. I mean, it's making $1 billion in the box office, and it's like still not on streaming. By the time we drop this, it'll probably just
will
be
be.
on streaming. But they pulled it from streaming multiple times to keep it in the theater because people. I saw online somebody was like, "I've seen it 12 times." And it's like people just keep going back and back in the theater to watch it, you know, which I understand. I mean, we'll get into it and we'll say whether we agree or not agree, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw
Yeah.
it. So my second watch was about a week ago, and the theater was crowded. There was not a single spot, and I don't recall a movie in recent memory, especially one that wasn't like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that had that kind of staying power in the theater. So.
Yeah.
Pretty phenomenal, and I'm glad we're going over it today.
Yeah. And I love that it's like an indie horror movie. Like, it's like, this is not.
Indie. Good
Yeah,
pun.
it's not. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, but it's not like a huge blockbuster, big name actors. Like, it's like a small horror movie that just
Right.
hit the right thing, the right promotion, the right like advertisements, and people word of mouth, and it's just spun. And so, like, I
Yeah.
love it. I love that. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this movie was written and directed by Curry Barker. This was his directorial debut. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeez.
let's let him make all the movies. I know he's already making something right now that he's been hinting at in a bunch of interviews, and it's going to be in the same like
it's
universe.
Texas Chainsaw. No, he's doing.
He's doing that too, but he's also doing another movie that's going to be
like
set in the same
Yeah, I heard about that one. Too, yeah.
universe. Like he said, the movie's going to open where you're going to like hear it on the TV that
Yeah.
Nikki was
He's
arrested
making
or
his own
something.
universe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, pretty not very well known cast. I mean, some of them have been in a few like indie things here and there, but it stars Cooper Tomlinson as Cooper, Megan Lawless as Sarah, Michael Johnston as Bear, and then Indy Navarrete as Nikki. Oh my God. Which I keep
She's
hearing
blowing up
that.
right now too. She's crazy.
Yeah, like possibly going to be nominated for some awards. I hope that's true.
She should.
She deserves
She should.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg, like the budget for this was $750,000. It's currently sitting at $341 million.
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy.
That's
yeah.
wild.
It's so wild. And I was also reading that it was filmed in 26 days, which is like insane. That's so tight, like such a tight
Oh, yeah.
turnaround. Yeah, just pretty crazy. And I think I also read that it surpassed E.T., making more in its third opening weekend. So it's like bringing down all these like classics,
Yeah,
you know?
it's crazy. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Really cool.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Go. Let's
Okay.
Get obsessed.
Let's get obsessed. Yeah, because I'm obsessed with this movie. Okay, so the movie opens with our main character Bear, and he's sitting at a diner, and you hear him like awkwardly professing his love for Nikki. Come to find out that he is practicing his speech on like a waitress there, and he's got his friend Ian. Is just listening and like telling him, "You're so cringe. Don't actually do this, and this sounds horrible." And then Ian's kind of giving him like terrible advice, right? Like he's like, "Oh, you should just kind of be mean to her. Call her Freaky-Nicki.
Like,
She'll like that."
So like what we find, I mean, I don't know how much we're allowed to spoil already, but it's like I feel like this guy clearly has ulterior motives. Like,
Sure.
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because the first time you see it, like you don't really understand that, so you're just like whatever. But then, like, of course, when you find out at the end about stuff, I'm just like rewatching it. I'm just like, it's crazy. Like rewatching this movie, I like almost hate everybody in this movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same.
Just it's kind of crazy, but yeah. But it's a kind of funny opening. Funny opening.
The thing with the opening about when you get to the end, obviously I agree he has ulterior motives, but he's got plausible deniability because he's clearly set up as the quote unquote like confident guy between the two, right? And we see Bear as like the shy, timid guy who doesn't know how to really express himself in a way that doesn't seem wussy. That's the vibe we're getting, right? So like when he's telling him like make fun of her, like obviously that's horrible advice, but what I think you're supposed to get from that is he's trying to tell him to like not try too hard, not be sappy, and it's like there's a little bit of truth to that. I mean, you don't. I think it's not a great idea to just pour your heart out to anybody, especially and overwhelm their senses with your feelings, in general. So like that's what they're trying to convey, and to me, I was convinced by that. I was like, oh, he's just like the braggadocious friend who's trying to give his buddy like confidence advice, shitty advice, but confidence advice. But I love how there's just a completely different read once you've seen the movie.
Yeah. And even the first time I watched this, before I knew anything about Ian at all, I already was like, okay, this friend sucks, right? He's not a very good friend.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job in the very opening scene of just like what they're talking about. And they're talking about, oh, they're going to go to trivia night after work. And that's where Bear wants to do this. He wants to tell Nikki at trivia night. And Ian's like, no, you can't do it at trivia night. That's like my only night. They do a really good job of showing that these four friends have literally grown up together. They have known each other since they were kids. They went to high school together. Now they're at their post high school. I don't know if they're in college or what. That part was like kind of unclear.
Trying to get into college because that's the main girl's
or
thing,
I think
trying to get in, right?
Honestly, though, I almost feel like maybe she's going to college later. That's
it could be that too. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You don't have to immediately go right away. So that's true. They could be like in the 20s. I mean, they're drinking, so they have to at least be 21.
Right.
So
They got to be 21. Exactly.
Yeah,
and they all work together too. So I thought that like that scene did a really good job of doing that. So immediately I was like, I think imagine being, I guess I'm giving Ian some grace, but imagine being in like a foursome that's been together since you were children. And then all of a sudden, like, one of them is trying to
I get
like
that.
profess his love for one of them. Like that would kind of suck and change the dynamic a little bit. Yeah, the opening. And okay, so then Bear goes back to his house, and he unfortunately comes home to his dead kitten Sandy, which was really sad. Immediately I was like, "Fuck this movie." Cat's dead. I'm very upset.
Laura and animals. Yeah.
That really bothered me.
This is weird. So there's the cat's dead on the ground. There's like food from the food bag like out, and then you come to see that there's like a pill bottle on the ground. Yeah. But then one thing I didn't notice until like my third watch of this movie was like the cans of cat food were open, but I was like, wait a second. So like I get the cat can like get into a food bag, possibly do something with a pill bottle, maybe. But how the fuck can a cat open like the prying of the cat food? I was like, I don't think it can do that.
I immediately was like, he is a horrible pet owner. It was so clear to me. A cat cannot open a can of cat food. He's clearly opening up cans either halfway or just a little bit and like
just
throwing
leaving
them on the
and
ground.
leaving.
Yeah. Like he's terrible to this cat. You cannot, an animal cannot open, a kitten cannot open a pill bottle that's been closed. So he's just irresponsible. He's left this pill bottle open. He's just irresponsible. And I understand that he's like devastated, but I was irate. And this is where I started hating Bear immediately before you were even supposed to hate Bear. Yeah.
Well, things like as a it's been a long time since I've owned a cat, but as a cat owner, Laura, you know that they can jump literally anywhere. Like you do not leave an open bottle of Oxy like on a counter, even like in your medicine cabinet. Like it's gonna find it. You're just a terrible owner. Not to mention, I remember on the bottom of the pill bottle he had written "Do not eat," and it's like, is the cat reading English?
Oh my god!
Wow.
You're like, dude, you are a terrible owner.
Yeah,
it was just like it was very weird. Like the third time I watched it, I was like really like trying to like almost like I felt like there was like I was a conspiracy theorist, and I was like, wait a second, like who is opening this stuff? Like, did actually like one of the friends do it? Did that one guy friend do it? Is there like a secret person? Like I was like spitballing like for 20 minutes. I had to pause the movie and be like, wait a second, what's happening? I was like, does this mean something? And it's like I think
which
doesn't have thumbs.
Honestly, Rob, I can get that because like okay, as the movie gets along, you don't get the sense that he's a quote unquote bad pet owner.
No.
Like he seems like he loves his cat. Yeah. He's a pretty responsible dude, lives by himself, maintains his house. So like I get that. It's like, why of all the things did he slip up and really kill his cat this way? It is a little bit confusing. So I can see the conspiracy angle.
Maybe anybody listening or watching, if you have like a conspiracy you want to throw our way about like this cat and how it opened bottles or how something happened. Maybe there's like the cat did a one wish Willow. I don't know, but like throw it our way, and I would love to hear it because immediately I was like, this is odd, but but the cat's dead.
All right, I think we need to move on.
We gotta move on. we're spending way too much time on the trivial little things.
No, I disagree.
God.
This is the pivotal point of the movie.
It is these things that people don't talk about, and that's what we're here for.
True.
Exactly.
Oh,
this is conjecturing.
A little obsessed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Bear's like crying, and Nikki calls, and she's like, Bear, like you didn't come to work today. We need you at trivia. We need your brain. Like trivia is like their thing. And he's like, no, he won't tell her that his cat died. And he's just like, no, I'm just been working on some stuff. And then she kind of baits him with well, there's something I really needed to tell you. So, and he's like, well, can you tell me now? And she says she's putting in her 2 weeks at work. So he immediately is panicked because that's the only time he sees her and, doesn't want to lose her. And so he pretty much decides in that moment that he's going to go to trivia night. And towards the end of their call, she's like, oh, shit. And she's like, oh, I just lost my favorite crystal necklace. It went down the drain. And so before he goes to trivia night, he goes to this like cool crystal shop that has all these magic things in it. And that is where he first tries to find her necklace. Yeah. He doesn't find anything. And that is where he finds the one wish willow. So, I mean, that...
It's on
isn't that crazy?
It's on like a super cool shelf. Like the shelf has like a voodoo doll, and it has I was like trying to analyze the little different things on there, which I would be cool if like Curry Barker's next like movie in this universe would be like one of the other items does something and this and that. But one was like a voodoo doll, and one was like the seeing eye and stuff like that. They're really
magic
cool,
eye.
Yeah, they're really like cool, interesting things on there. I thought, that's cool. Mm-hmm.
But isn't that funny that he just bought this thing? He was just like, I came here for a crystal necklace. I'm gonna grab this. I thought that was so random.
I mean, because he was going to give it to her, right? He wants to give it to her, right? Because that's like.
I didn't think that. I didn't pick up.
Well, yeah, because he goes there, and then I think the lady behind the counter, like walks over to him, and she says that this is the necklace that you want, and he says something to himself like, oh, she would hate this.
Yeah.
Because he's like second guessing himself. He wants to make her happy, and then he just glances over and he sees this thing on the shelf, and it just catches his interest.
Yeah,
you know what? You're right. It was meant for her because he did say a few times, I have something for you. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So he buys it, and he asks the girl at the register, like, does this work? And the register girl is like super vague and like weird about it. She's like, yeah, like, why would you ask that? And then she's like, just don't come back and like complain. And he's like, do people complain? Like, why would they complain? And she's like, I don't know, like, whatever, maybe you'll come back. Maybe you'll say it didn't work. Maybe you'll come back and your life will be ruined and you'll be dead. And it's like, what the fuck? Like that escalated quickly. And he's like, oh my God. It's just like really crazy in that little conversation to be like, wait, what's this chick talking about?
Yeah, this is I'm not gonna get into this right now, but this is like one of the worst parts for me. We'll get into it later. Yeah.
We'll get into it later. Okay, all right, Greg. All right.
Okay.
We'll get into it later.
Oh, the second time he goes to the shop?
No, okay. Just
okay.
in a quick potted picture, just the fact that this is a thing. It's like, okay, she's playing it off as if to say that she's aware that on the shelf of the store that she's working in, there are these devices that give you. It's like saying, hey, look, I work at a store where I know there's magic lamps just lined up against the wall that people come in and maybe they wish for something cool, maybe they don't. Whatever it is, they give you exactly what you want. But usually people complain. It's like, how are you so cavalier about that? And why are there not like magical dragons flying around the sky? Why are there not like 100 tall kaijus?
All right.
You know,
so they're all for at trivia, they're taking shots or whatever. I think he eventually tells everyone that his cat died and he was really sad about it or whatever. And then after trivia is over, Ian wants to keep going out and partying. He wants Nikki to go and she is like exhausted. She's like, I just want to fucking go home. She's over it. And so Bear's like, I'll drive her home. And Ian is so mad in the background, like, no,
Yeah.
But so Bear drives her home. And it's so interesting because that car ride, I've seen this movie twice now. To me, okay, so like, I know we're kind of jumping around and giving some spoilers up front. Like, it definitely becomes known later in the movie that she really never had feelings for him. Like, she considered him like a brother, like a friend.
Yeah.
right.
But I will say, in this car scene, I felt like, does she like him? Because it kind of seems like she does.
There is like a little bit. Yeah. She talks about like, you're the only person that can talk to you about like my writing. She wants to be a writer. That's why she's putting in her 2-week notice because she wants to focus more on her writing. She's writing like some fantasy story or like a romance story or whatever it is. And she does say like that. Yeah. Like you're the only person I could talk about this stuff with. And so there is like, you see possibly something,
Yeah. I later read an article that Curry Barker said that he actually had her film this movie both ways, liking him originally to where this would have been pointless, and then also the way that they chose, which was, he was just like a brother to her. But then he used certain footage from whichever version of him that he filmed.
Yeah, I would say,
because I think he wanted it to be like, does she like him? Yeah. Does she not? I thought that was like, it was confusing at the time, but now I'm like, oh man, no, that was a smart move.
Yeah.
Like I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg, I wish I could see you. This is the problem with not being able to see you.
I know.
Your silence speaks volumes.
All we see is these dead eyes in this like mirror staring at us, judging us.
Animate the mouth, man. I'm eating my banana bread. No, I mean like that is really interesting. Like I think what's interesting about that choice is that a lot of this movie comes down to like control and consent and attraction and taking action one way or another or not taking action in terms of like when two people are getting together, how far do you go, what moves do you make, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like you can tell from his perspective, he clearly likes her. And she's giving off, like you said, Rob, like some signals that she's interested in him, but some signals that she's not. But like I would argue that the quote unquote signals that she's giving him, it's not enough. It's not enough evidence to say like, let's make a move. I mean, like it's very vanilla. I mean,
she does admit in this car scene that Sarah does have a crush on him though. So that becomes known kind of early on that Sarah likes Bear a little bit, and he clearly doesn't feel that way about Sarah.
Oh, that's right. Because
only got eyes for Nikki.
Says like she's like, oh, Sarah was asking about you like all night, and she was like, do you like her? Do you like her at all? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, do I have feelings for her? And she's like, well, do you? And he's like, no, right. I just like see her as a friend,
Yeah.
So I know that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she gets out of the car.
I wrote in my notes the second time, you should have just asked her point blank in this car, you fucking coward.
Well, this is the craziest part. So when she gets out of the car, she's like leaving. She's starting to walk away. And one thing that the friend said in the beginning was like, tease her about her nickname. I guess in high school, she was called Freaky-Nicki. And so like they're
bullied.
like, oh yeah. And so the friend was like, hey, you should tease her like that. Tease her and be like, oh, I'm joking, you know, like almost show her like you like her like that, whatever. So she's walking away and he's like, okay, have a good night, Freaky-Nicki. And the shot selection, that's one thing I have to give Curry Barker a lot of credit for this movie. He does really good shot selection with what's seen and not seen. I mean, just like Greg's background, you know, like the darkness and stuff, like a shadow, really great. So this is another one where it's like the shot is like the car window going out and all you really see is like her torso down. You don't see like her head. You see her body just like stop, and then it like comes back towards the window, and she like kneels down. And she's like, you know, I don't like that. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And she's like, why'd you do that? And then like there's like a pause, and then she's like, do you like me?
Do you like me?
Do you like me? Like if you do, like tell me now. Do you like me? And then it's just like he's like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, do I say it? Do I not say it? And this is the part where I like hated him. Because it's like, I get you're indecisive. I get you don't want to be the one to like initiate the conversation because you're feeling of being rejected. But she's literally asking you the question. Like, there's no more bigger setup you need. She's clearly asking you yes or no. Like, just say yes. And the fact that he doesn't, he like chickens out and he's like, no. I was like, fuck this asshole. Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah,
like,
she's giving him, this is the moment she's giving him the green light and he's just not going on the accelerator. And that's such a bad look. Yeah, you gotta
I hated him for like not doing it. I was so annoyed. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he
And what does he do instead?
Yeah, well then she what? Then she walks away. She's like, whatever. She walks away. And she's like, where's the present you got me? I told you got me a present. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I think I left it back at my house. He's like, okay, whatever. I'll see you later. So she walks away. And then he goes and gets his backpack and pulls out the One Wish Willow. Yeah. And he like opens it. And it is a very cool, like we talked to in Talk to Me. Like the hand from Talk to Me is a cool prop. And the One Wish Willow is a cool prop. It's a cool like device. The box is really interesting.
The box
looking.
is cool.
Yeah. Like I know they sell them all over the place now, like, you know, in like the real world and shit like that. Cause it's just interesting. It looks cool on a shelf. And so he opens it, and I guess there's like a trigger device that when you open it and you pull out the stick, like music starts to play. This like kind of carnival music starts to play a little bit, and then pretty much he's just like staring at it, and he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make a wish." And he's like, "I wish Nikki loved me more than anything in the world." And
the fucking world.
The fucking world. Yeah, he went to the F word. Yeah. Then he cracks it, and I don't know. Like, I'm not a big ASMR person, but that crack, it was like. It sounded lovely.
It got you, yeah.
It did. I was like, oh man, I think I kind of get a little bit of Greg and Laura's ASMR stuff because I was like, that crack sounded like perfect.
It was a good crack. That was a solid crack. Yeah.
He even did this. Oh my God, I love it.
Man, it was awesome.
Kid's crack.
So then he cracks it, and then he's like sitting there, and he goes like turn on his car, and then again the same shot from the window, like a really cool shot. And then he like looks over, and then all you see is like Nikki. Like the silhouette, it's like her silhouette, just standing in her doorway, like almost frozen, like looking at the car, you know. And the camera holds on it for a good like 5 to 10 seconds, and he's just like looking around, like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then what does she do now, Laura? She like comes back to the car, right?
Oh, I love this part.
I go to you and then I jump back in, but this is I just have to say this is when the actress, what is her name, Indy
Navarrete, yeah.
This is when you start to see like, holy shit, like this actor has some magic. Like this is when it clicks, and like she has to start playing like different things at the same time, and it's like, wow, I've never seen something like this before. It's
so true, especially because we barely had any time with her before all this starts to happen. Greg, I think we even kind of talked about this on Discord with you. You were like, oh, I didn't really like know her before this. But I will say in the beginning of the movie, even though we didn't get a lot of scenes with her as just regular Nikki, she was just so comfortable. It was so clear that she just knew these three her whole life, and she was just her. And then to jump right into this, and it's just so different. I mean, the range is incredible. Like This scene is crazy. So the first time I saw this movie, I think I was pretty confused at the scene. It's confusing. It's meant to be. And then the more I thought about it when I left the theater, I was just like, wow, that was so crazy. And also thinking about all the other scenes in the movie. And then seeing it a second time, I love the scene because she is confused. So we call it Wish Nikki, right? Yeah. Wish Nikki.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was a thing. That's what they call it.
So it's real Nikki and Wish Nikki, right?
I didn't realize that.
Wish Nikki is starting. And much like anything, it's not just like a snap of a fingers. There's going to be time for like Wish Nicki to settle in and real Nicki to start to like pull back.
Yeah.
And so this whole like 5-minute scene is her just being so confused. And, you know, she's kind of like telling him, like, please come inside to my house. And she's like, you know, I just lost my cat. And she goes, wait, you just lost your cat.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she snaps out of it. Real Nicki comes back and goes, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The acting, I loved it.
And then
so
he's
much.
of course freaking out too, because he's like, what's going
This
on
starts
with you?
the
Like,
rest
what's
of the
happening?
movie. Bear is just horrified. Like he is so scared of everything.
Yeah. Because like
From
you said,
this moment
he
on.
knew her as one person who was like super confident, comfortable with all her friends, seemed
Yeah.
like a fun person, and then now she's kind of like flipping oddness. Like she's just being very odd here. Nothing crazy yet, but it's just like weird and odd and like saying
It's
weird things.
weird and fun, but it's hilarious. She unbuckles him, and then all of a sudden she stops herself and she pouts like a kid. She goes,
Yeah.
no.
Right.
Yeah.
So funny.
You know,
what's so
in
cool is,
a weird, scary, like disturbing way, it sort of reminded me of like it seemed like she was on drugs or something, like she was drugged, or
Right.
she was like drunk, like she was being influenced. Like you know how like, people like drug other people, and
Yeah.
she was like not acting like herself. So there was part of her that was sort of like fighting it and confused, and another part that was like uncontrollably drawn to him, and that was really scary, because it definitely
Yeah.
wasn't her. And like again, we already know what's happening, but the way that it played out and her like going back and forth was just so freaking well done in this scene.
And he
It was
thinks
just
that she's
really well
drunk.
done.
Yeah,
he says like,
asks-
Nikki, you're fucked up.
You're
Yeah.
fucked up. He's like, what's wrong with you? And that's when she
Right.
kind of like
Yeah.
breaks down a little bit, and she's like, oh, my dad is sick. My dad has cancer. Like that's what's going on. She's like, that's why I don't want to go back into my house, because it just makes me think of things. Like, let's go to your
Right.
house. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. Like, okay, let's go to my house. You know?
Which rewatching, it's like pretty crazy how from the get-go, like Wish Nicki is trying to figure him out and like, how do I get this person like who I
Yeah.
now love to love me
Yeah.
that same way? So it's almost like a child like grabbing at straws, like, oh my God, what can I do? I'm desperate. Like, what could I say right now to get him
Yes.
to, you know?
Yes. Right. The pouting, the crying, the
Yes.
yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she uses the whole my dad is dying thing. He ends up taking her back to his place. She walks in, she's like smelling his house like, it smells like you. And then he's like, you just like sleep in my bed, I'll sleep on the couch. And of course she's like, oh, can you sleep with me? You know, I'm so sad or whatever. And he's just so freaking like nervous with her. I'm like, dude,
I know.
this was what you wanted.
I know.
And he is like,
Right.
That's
horrified
like,
of her.
This
I
is
don't
like
know.
the stuff that just like irritates me more. I'm like, I already hate you for not telling her. Now I hate you because like you finally got what you fucking wanted, and you're still like a chicken about it. Like, dude,
Yeah, he
like,
sucks.
come on. So I
He
mean,
really
whatever.
sucks.
She like takes off her shirt. You know, she's pretty much just in her bra now, like in his bed, and he's just like, oh my God, like freaking
Like him
out.
breathing through the whole movie was making me
Yeah.
like I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack just like listening to his like crazy breathing this
What-
whole
yeah, he
movie.
gets in bed with her.
They start to kiss, and then we have
kiss.
another scene of real Nikki breaking through, which this happens
this is
multiple.
another
This happens
crazy
like
one,
4
yeah.
or 5 times throughout the movie, and
Yeah.
between her acting, like how she is able to snap from one to the other so quickly, and then also the sounds, right? The sound design of like
Yeah.
every time there's just like a sound or something, or it's like a jump scare really when she snaps in. And so they're like kissing, and then once again she's like, what the fuck, and like jumps off the bed,
Like, falls
and
back,
then
yeah.
immediately comes back, you know, Wish Nicki, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, and then she starts to cry, and so he is just like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with Nikki? Like she's lost it. And so, yeah, so then she falls asleep, and in the middle of the night, he goes on Reddit, which I think is hilarious, and is trying to figure out like if the one Wish Willow is real. And sure
Yeah.
enough, it's like half the
half-
people are
yeah.
like, oh, it's a scam, like duh. And then the other half are like, no, it's like legit. It really
Yeah,
works.
the only one that I like read were like, I was trying to like read them. I didn't pause it or anything like that. One was like saying like, oh, it's totally real. Like my mom was always ugly. Now she's like hot. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, that's the one that they used to establish it's real. But okay.
So Bear wakes up, and she's already up. She's made him breakfast, but she's also made a Sandy memorial, which was his kitten. And so he like sees the kitten memorial and the dead cat there.
With the cat, though. Because he, like...
I know.
After the cat died, he, like, cleaned the floor and scrubbed it and put the cat in, like, a trash bag. And I assume I don't know what he did with it. He don't show him, but she found it.
How did she find it?
Put the cat back on the ground and, like... put, like, candles around it, you know? And she's like, oh, I made a memorial for him. And he's kind of like, this is fucked up. Like, this is not
he is
cool.
not thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they go to work, and he takes Ian all kind of off to the side and is just like, I think something's wrong with Nicki. Like, it's kind of fucked up. And of course we could like see her in the background. It's blurred. She's like staring at him, right? Like she's watching his every move and watching him talk to Ian. Yeah, just like, and this is also what pisses, like you said, like it just seems like he already does not like her. Like he doesn't like Wish Nicki, right? This isn't what he
he doesn't
wanted.
like Wish Nicki.
Yeah, of course not.
Oh, no, because she's scary. And she's like flipping out like left and right. And like, justifiably so. We know after watching the movie, like, yes, everything she's doing is because her mind is battling internally with like wherever she is, and you know, like her soul is somewhere, I don't know, but to like understandably so, but like, yeah, he clearly doesn't like, why would you want that? She's insane.
Yeah, so he kind of tells Ian all that stuff, and then they finish their shift, and then as everyone's walking out to leave, he's kind of gonna be like, all right, Nicki, like I think you should, you know, go back to your house tonight. And she was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go home with Ian. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. All right, like, great. And so Bear calls Ian to, like, get the details. And then I forget what Ian says in this phone call. Just like...
something like she said that she was on Molly. She said she was on some type of drug. And so, like, that's why she was acting, like, all weird, you know? Drunk and also, like, drugs. So, explanation-wise, why she was weird.
Yep. And then as he's like finishing that phone call, you see her like outside his window pull up to the front door. She shows up at his house, and another kind of crazy like shadow effects on her face. Like her eyes are like really glowing.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah.
And you can't really see like the first 2/3 of her face. You know, you don't really see the light. And oh man, just like really trying to make her look scary. Yeah. But she tells Bear the same thing. She's like, I was on MDMA. I was drunk. And then she once again is like, do you like me? And then she offers it up like, I like you. And so there we go. We have like a 1-minute montage of them happily dating, which is cute and nice. But I mean, you definitely see that she's obsessed with him. I mean, there's the scene that we all saw in the trailer too of like they're trying to watch a movie and she's just staring at him and he keeps turning her chin to like, no, watch the screen.
Movie. Yeah, like watch me. Yeah, that's true.
So they're on a dinner date and they're actually both admitting to each other that which blows my mind since they've known each other since they were children and friends, but they're like, we don't really know each other. Like, she's like, I don't even know what you want to do. And he kind of says like, yeah, like, I don't really know much about you either. I think we're both kind of closed books. And so then he confides in her like, well, I really want to be a food critic. I think that'd be really cool. And so they're like joking about that. And then Ian calls a few times. And so Bear's like, okay, I'm so sorry. I got to take Ian's call. And so he goes around the corner to take Ian's call. And of course you see Nicki like get up and like look around the corner like, okay, what's he doing? And Ian basically tells her that her dad is not sick, that he's like all fine and well. So that's a lie. And also tells Bear that Nicki had told Sarah a little bit ago that she really just sees Bear as like a friend or like a brother. And so Ian's like, I just thought you should know all this, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with her, but you know.
This is clearly him, like a little bit of his jealousy coming through, right?
Yeah.
Because like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So Bear like asks Nicki again, like, do you like me? And that's like the famous line where she's like, I love you so. You know, she says like a million so much. And then he asks her like, is your dad really sick? And then that's the other famous scene where she's like, no. And she does that like a million times. She just becomes totally unhinged. And at first, the way she says no at first, it almost seems like she's answering the question like, no. He's like, is your dad really sick? She's like, no. Yeah, that's kind of how she starts it. But then she stands up and she is just like, once again, pouting like a child. Like, I thought we were having a good date, and like getting all upset, and he's just trying to like calm her down. Anytime she gets like this, he's like, you're right, like we are having it. And then kind of I think she says something like, does it matter? And he's like, it doesn't. Which right there, you're like, this relationship's fucked. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So they go home, and then we get a sex scene, which is absolutely horrendous.
Oh, this is.
I don't even know if we want to. We could just not talk about it. I don't know.
It's just super brutal. Like it's like cutting right from, her being like, does it matter if this is real or not, and him being like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm fine either way. And then it cuts to like him on top of her, and she's just gone. Like she's not
gone.
Even there.
Right.
So super disturbing scene.
But she's like making the moans like she's happy, but it's not there. It's like
it's just it's pretty. It's gross. It's gross. Yeah.
It's really gross. It's hard to watch. Yep. So now it's like 3:45 in the morning, and he wakes up, and Nikki's not next to him.
Crazy.
This is so fucked. And
I actually love this scene.
I do love it because it's so fucked up. But it's like because like I said, there's not a lot of like jump scares in this. It's not like a spooky movie.
Yeah.
But this is like the one sequence where you're like, this is fucking really, really creepy. Like, really, like,
it's creepy. I still think there's more that are creepier than this, but this was really the first big one I think we got in the movie where it was like, oh my God, like what is going on?
Yeah, like you said, Laura, he wakes up in the night, he looks over, she's gone, and he's like, Nikki, where are you? And the camera's like panning like back and forth to the room. It's a pretty dark room. You can't really see a lot. Like the corners are dark. And he finally looks over to the left, and you kind of notice something in like the left corner of the room. In the corner, it's dark, like a silhouette almost. Yeah. And he starts focusing his eyes, and then the camera starts narrowing in on that. And then all you see is like this like kind of figure in the corner, like say, what does it say? Does she say like go back to sleep or something like that?
Yeah, and the way that they do this several times in the movie, where she has such a quiet, like petite voice sometimes, but at least in the theater, the way that they make it sound like it's right in your ear, even when she's not close to the camera or close to him, like that effect that they do several times is just so like derailing to the brain, and it's just masterful audio editing, I think.
But then also she can get so loud. I'm like, you guys, I can't scream the way she can scream. Like I don't know how she does that. Yeah. So then she's just like, she's saying a few weird things, and then she's like crying, like, I don't like my dreams. And then she's screaming at him, like, I feel like you don't love me like I do. Like, it's not mutual. And then she's like
that
moving
wailing
weird.
is so freaky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The weird movements, though.
Because she like comes out of the corner really quickly and like stops, and then she does like talks to him, and then he's like, come back to bed, and she's like, no, and she like retreats back into the corner really quickly, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Because have you guys seen online like the actual makeup they used on her in that scene to try to get like the different shadowing? Her face looks insane. It looks almost like Bagul.
She looks so different.
Yeah, they put all this different makeup on her to get the shadowing right when she's crying, and her face is like, and it looks so freaking creepy. Yeah.
So two quick theories I read online that kind of would be good to talk about for the scene.
We're all going down the rabbit holes, aren't we? Okay.
You have to with this movie. You have to. That's why I was like, you guys, the obsession's going to be like a 4-hour. Yeah. So the one thing I read was that when she's saying, like, I feel like it's not mutual, people really feel like real Nikki was kind of coming in and like sobbing, like that wasn't mutual. Like they just like what they're doing, and they just had sex. Like
wow,
like this is not mutual. Like
dang. All right, okay.
So that was something I read, and then I mean I think you see it a little bit in this scene. It really comes out later in other scenes. Is like how she's moving is very much like a puppet. Like strings are pulling her and like moving her that way, like quite a few times.
I never put that together. I thought of that, but like I could see that. I totally can see that. Yeah, like especially like pulling her back. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
I think it can go both ways, because she said right before that she says, "I don't think you love me as much as I do you. I don't think it's mutual." But instead of seeing them as like one single thought, they could be two different ones, and the other Nikki coming through. Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it's true.
It is horrifying. Yeah, and then she's got flowers, and she's like running with them in front of her face, and then she just like then she just puts the flowers down, and she goes, for Sandy, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like snaps like
She does that
it's
so
just
many
crazy.
times
Yeah.
where she's having a freak out and then she just goes, okay. And like her normal cute
Yeah.
self comes back. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
So crazy. Yeah.
And then he tries to get out of bed
Yeah. So like,
and she's like, stay.
this is like she lays back down in bed with, he's telling her to come back to bed. She finally lays back down and he's like trying to get up and then she literally screams.
I mean, it was
She's-
so loud in the theater.
Like I don't want to do
So
it
loud.
because like it'll blow out the microphones. But
Yeah.
it's like she's screaming stay, but also like it's elongating so long. It's crazy.
Everybody in
nuts.
my theater laughed at that part because
Yeah.
it was part scary, but also kind of like humorous.
Oh, I agree.
Exactly.
There's a lot of this movie where it's like it's so insane that it does make you chuckle, but it doesn't take away from what's happening to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's not a negative for me at all.
No, it like totally worked. I was horrified and laughing, and I was happy that I was laughing. Oh, so he wakes up the next morning, and she's already up again, of course. And he goes and looks in the mirror, and his hair's been cut. He's like missing a little bit of his bangage right there, and so he is like upset with her. And he's like, "Did you cut my hair?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so then he's telling her, this is kind of the first time where he's like, "Nikki, no more weird stuff. You've been like freaking me out. You just no more weird stuff." And so she apologizes, of course. This whole movie is just her apologizing to him. And then she smiles and she's like, "How's this?" It like gives like the craziest, cheesiest
It's like the
smile.
the movie smile.
Craziest
smile.
smile.
is
Like,
like the
and
movie
just holds
smile.
it for like 10 seconds or whatever, and he's like, not great.
Not
like,
great.
Not great. You know? Yeah, it's crazy. This actress too, like, there's certain actors and actresses that like they can look like different people, whether they have different like hairstyles and haircuts.
Yeah.
And she does this smile, she almost doesn't look like the same person.
Right.
Like
Totally.
like her eyes change shape and like everything, and I'm just like, oh wow, she almost doesn't look the same. It's really interesting. Yeah, really good actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's going off to work. She's not on
She has the day off.
the shift that day. Yep. She's got the day off. And then he's like, "All right, no more stuff, no more weird stuff, right?" And she's like, "Yep." And then he turns around and goes to leave.
Oh, she's like, I made you my lunch. She's like, I made you your lunch.
Oh yeah,
Here's
she's
your
like, "I
lunch."
made you a lunch." Yep.
Yeah.
So she gives him that.
Then Laura, you can do.
And
that
then he goes to
another
leave, and
crazy
his
review.
door has been fucking taped
This is
like
fucking bonkers.
1,000
yeah.
times.
It's like you've already experienced all this insane stuff at night, and then another more weird stuff right now with her smiling all weird, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to work now, and then like the camera like pans to the door, and it's like literally 1,000 pieces of duct tape have been duct taped over this door, like almost like her doing this at night, being like, you can't leave me, you got to stay here.
Yeah.
And then he's trying
And
to
he's
pull
just
the
like
door open.
ignoring it. He's like, "I'm just,"
Yeah.
and then she makes a comment like, "Oh, if you're having trouble getting
Yeah.
out, like you could stay home."
You could stay. Yeah. It's
like,
like, this
no,
is
no.
her plan, hopefully, to make him not leave. And he's like, no, I got it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, so Bear goes to work and she just stands there and smiles and is just like, that's clearly what she's going to do all day. And then she pees on herself, which, like,
Yeah.
I mean, not to go back to the cat thing. I know people have all their weird theories about the cat and how she was the cat, which I don't think that theory.
I literally thought about that through a lot of this
Oh
movie.
my God, Rob.
The first time,
she was not Sandy.
The first time I saw this movie, I kept thinking through most of this movie, like she's the cat
cat
soul
possessed
is
her?
inside of her. Yeah, I literally thought that. It's the scene.
Oh, look, the cat came back to life through her body.
I don't know. I
people
don't know
said that
exactly.
online. I'm like, this is
you know what it
dumb.
is for
No.
me? It's like the oddness. But
I
for
like a
me,
good theory, but yeah.
for me, it's like the scene where she has the flowers and she's holding them. I was like, that's like a fucking thing a cat would do. Like they like to hit flowers and they like to hit things, and I don't know. And it just seemed like at the beginning of this movie, like she's learning to be a human. And so like I thought, like, man, is she channeling the fucking cat? Like, is the cat somehow the cat's soul like went into her because he loved the cat so much in the
Cat's
beginning?
like,
So it,
fuck
yeah.
you killed me.
The first time, like I said, the first time I saw it, I was literally with everybody being like, "Wow, is this going to be revealed?" It's like she's the fucking
Okay. Honestly, I hated the cat theory for a second, but I'm a little bit on board now. I
Oh,
think it would
God.
have been dope for the cat to come back and like get revenge. You poisoned me with your oxycodone
Yeah.
in my cat
Yeah.
food. You horrible owner. I'm gonna come back and make your life a living hell.
Yeah. So.
Well,
That
I'm
needs
sorry
to
I brought up the
be-
cat.
Yeah, I
it's
know,
my
I know.
fault.
No,
I just
don't-
brought
don't
this
be
up.
sorry.
But the reason I brought it up is because
love
it's
it.
very much like an animal. I was even thinking more like a dog, honestly, because cats are kind of like yeah, human, whatever, have fun.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
do my thing today. But like, even dogs do this sometimes, where like they'll just wait
Yeah.
for their owner.
Yeah.
Like our dog doesn't have accidents like that, but
Oh,
she'll just
yeah.
wait at the front door, at the window, and just like wait for 5-6 hours for us to come home, and we'll not go in. Even though she's got the doggy door to the backyard,
Yeah.
she's like, nope, I'm sitting right here. And so she does that, right? He goes to work, and that's what she does.
Like nothing else
And-
exists to her but him.
Exactly.
Right.
Like
It's
Like,
like
if
you
he's
are
not
that
around,
pet's world.
she's turned off. She's not activated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's at work, and he's got a shift with Sarah. It's just the two of them. And so they're like eating lunch, and she's just kind of telling. Well, first she's telling him like it's just so weird how you and Nikki are just like dating now, and how fast all this went. And then she's also talking about how she's trying to get into a like an art or a music school. Yeah, art school. And so she's been like waiting on those, and she actually gets a letter while she's at work that day, and it's a rejection letter. And so they're eating lunch, and then he opens up his lunchbox, and there's like a photo of him, and it says you.
Yeah.
And then it's a photo of both of them, but like more of Nikki, and then it says not me.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, I've seen this multiple times, and I'm still confused, like, what this represents or meant.
Oh, to me, this is clearly like real Nikki trying to come through. I think when Wish Nikki was preparing the lunch, real Nikki somehow got in like a moment of clarity, pushed through and put not me to like say, hey, I'm stuck here. Like the person you see isn't me.
Oh, wow, that's crazy then. Okay,
Which
cool.
then, okay, so then I want to ask you something, Greg, because I'm with you. I think that was real Nikki who did that. So then he's eating the lunch, right? And then Sarah's kind of looking at these notes like, what does my little food critic mean? Because she wrote a note that said, my little food critic. And then she turns it around and says, what's the verdict, cat? And she's like, what does that mean? And then it hits you, and the audience hits him. She fucking cooked the dead cat and like gave it to him in a sandwich.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's horrendous and disgusting. But Greg, now that's my follow-up question for you is, was that real Nikki who did that then? To fucking give him a dead cat? Like, here, eat your dead cat, motherfucker.
I hadn't thought about it. Absolutely. Because it makes no okay. Clearly, Wish Nikki should have learned the lesson. Like, okay, don't do anything with my cat. That's beyond the boundary line. Like that's too far. So I think I hadn't thought about that. That's probably Wish Nikki coming through, being like, let's fuck the system up. Let's disrupt the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what's happening. Ooh, I like that.
I didn't think about that either.
Is
I
this
was
the
trying scene now where he's in the car and he makes the phone call to the One Wish Willow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so we're here. Okay,
Yeah.
so in this scene, he's after eating the cat and shit, he's waiting and he's like sitting in the car about to go in the house, and he's
Well,
like,
he drives Ian home, and Ian's like didn't invite him to
okay.
a party.
Yeah.
And so I think this makes him really upset too, which kind of leads up to this. Is like Ian's like, yeah, I didn't invite you guys.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fine, you come, but Nikki cannot come. It's a boys' night. Like, prove to me that you guys aren't obsessed with each other and that you can come tonight. And so
he's
that's
like,
when
he's sitting in his car and he's pretty much like prepping himself to talk to Nikki, being like, you can't cook the cat, this is wrong, whatever.
Very
and
upset.
then he from the back seat he hears the
love
music. He hears the music from the One Wish Willow go off, and he's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. And he like grabs it and pulls the box out, and he like turns it over, and it has like a customer service line you can call in. So he calls the number, and the guy on the other line is like super lackadaisical.
Curry
like,
Barker.
Is it Curry Barker? I saw
Yeah.
I saw he was in the credits of he was in the credits of being in the movie, and I watched him like I didn't see him anywhere. So that's his voice. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy is just like, hello, like, what's up?
Like, yeah.
Like he just woke him up, and he's like, is this One Wish Willow? And the guy's like, yeah, I guess. So yeah. And so he's like saying, is there a way I can like alter a wish? And the guy on the line is like, no.
Not cancel.
No, we can't really like alter it. Do you want to put forth a cancel request? And he's like, if I can't alter it, I'll do a cancel request. And he's like, oh, we don't really do cancel requests. And the guy's like, why did you fucking make me think I could? And he's like, no, we can't do that. But then eventually it gets to like the fucked up part where he's like, the guy on the phone is like, do you want to hear her? Do you want to like talk to Nikki? Which is crazy to think like, I mean, this is all like in this weird world. The fact that he even knows whose name this is, and because he never said what the name was. And then he's like, wait, what? And he's like, do you want to talk to her? And then it cuts to like you're questioning Greg, like, where is she? And it just sounds like she's being tortured. It sounds like she's like in hell. Like you hear like all these like screams coming out, and it sounds like she is like screaming and like yelling something. So like you said, like she's literally trapped inside her own body and mind, but also it could be like ethereal, where she's like in the event horizon hell, like she's in like a weird like parallel thing universe, like so it's definitely not fun at all when she's being controlled,
It was this like event horizon type of sound.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just like multiple like layering of screams. Like we were literally just in hell.
Yeah.
Like,
and even before that, it's so crazy because he's like, the guy on the other end is like, yeah, it's gonna be like this until the day you die. Like you're fucked as long as you live.
Pretty much. Yeah. So that's the only way to stop any type of thing, is if you did it to another person, like one of you has to not exist anymore for it to like stop. And he goes inside and
he goes home and finds Nikki in the same spot, still smiling, but she is sweating. She has peed and possibly pooped herself, and she has vomited all over herself, which again makes me think of a stressed out dog that's been left home for too long. That's what they do. Yeah. They vomit. They get anxiety and they throw up. So she hasn't moved all day. And she's like, hi. And then he once again is like, oh my God, like, what is going on? We got to clean you up. And then she's apologizing. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'll go shower. It'll be all great. It'll be totally fine after this. And so while she's like getting ready to go shower, he's like, well, Ian invited me to a boys' night and I'm going to go. And she is just doing her crazy ass screams.
It turns off the water. You can hear it like shut off so quickly.
And loud.
That was such a great, you didn't even need to see her, but like behind the door, like
didn't
we could
need
all
to
visualize what she looked like.
Yes, totally. And then she says something like, well, I heard Sarah was going, so anyway, scary scene with her screaming, but she ends up coming. Like after all that screaming, we see both of them cleaned up at Ian's party like a few hours later. So she ended up going. And so it's like the main friends and then a bunch of other friends that we don't know. And they're playing like a drinking Jenga, like truth or dare type game. And this scene is fucking wild because she picks up a brick and we have no idea what her brick said. We have no idea. But she stands up.
That's true. Right.
And decides to start reading something that she's been working on.
This is her writing.
This is wild because
it's really fucked up.
Well, first of all, I'll explain what it is. It is like a demented, like incestuous Hansel and Gretel story that's like violent, but where Hansel's like wants to fuck Gretel. And is willing to do that, but is also like, I'm gonna fillet your forearm and like shove it up me if you don't love me, then like I'll go to this degree to still like God.
And then it's just very like what's happening. Like it's very like obsession.
That's why I love it so much. And then she of course ends the thing with like only a love that a willow could conjure. Like the
it would have been so funny if they like zoomed in on her Jenga piece and it said like take a shot or something. She just wanted to
like, what are you
just fucking do this soliloquy for no reason.
That's why I love this scene though, is because I truly believe that it's the two Nickis at odds again during the scene. Because real Nikki's the writer. Wish Nikki's not a writer. Real Nikki's a writer. So she's clearly writing about what is happening to her. The story is so disgusting, but literally mimics what's happening to her.
Right.
But then the way Wish Nikki's delivering it, like she thinks it's something to be proud of. I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That actually she's not the one that like wrote it. That like the real Nikki one wrote it, just to show everybody how fucked up what's going on with her actually is. Oh wow, crazy.
Yeah, Indy Navarrete does a bunch of like monologues in this movie, like or a couple, and they're just so good. I mean,
100%.
It's so crazy. So after that, everyone is freaked out.
Everybody's so
like,
silent, like
and like sad, and like they don't want to be there anymore. And yet they keep playing. So they keep playing, and then of course Bear goes. and his Jenga piece says like, kiss the person on your left, who's Sarah.
Yeah.
So I love this part.
But
I mean, her how she reacts is hilarious. Like, she stands up.
I love
She's
this.
doing that
Wait,
crazy pout. Hang on, she hasn't done it yet. She's like,
Okay, all right.
I can't even do it.
Pout,
The crazy.
Yeah.
And then she walks over to Sarah and just pulls her chair out of the way. And then kneels down next to Bear and like puckers her lips. And then he kisses
Her lips
her.
actually looks like the letter, like an upside down U. It's like the perfect frown. I love it.
Yeah, she was like pulling some like Jim Carrey-esque, like making her face contort some shit. It was like crazy how she can do that. Again, she looks like a completely different person when she frowns. It's so weird.
She does. Yeah. But then like while they're kissing, it's another one of those moments where like she snaps out of it.
And which she hadn't done in a long time now.
Quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, that's not me. That it's like she's telling this room of people like none of this has been me. None of this is me. That's not me.
Is that what she says? Is that what she says?
That's not me.
That's not me. That's not me. Okay, all right. I couldn't remember what exactly she said. That's not me. Wow, that's crazy.
And so then she grabs. At first, I thought it was a Jenga piece the first time I saw it, but now I think it might have been a bottle. Like she broke a
it's like
bottle.
a Smirnoff bottle or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and she starts freaking stabbing herself in the head. So another question here, is that real Nikki? She is so like, that's not me.
I think so.
Fuck who
Yeah,
fucks this. Like, or is that Wish Nikki trying to like silence?
Shut up. Oh my god.
Dang, Laura, you're just
love that.
Making my mind go crazy right now.
I'm telling you, this movie.
That is such a cool revelation.
I'm still thinking she's a cat, so like I don't know what's going on. So
okay, like that just blew my mind. Like the fact that it could just be her trying to shut up the real Nikki.
Either way.
Like
we just don't know. They're battling.
Either way works. Like either way is totally feasible. Wow, that's cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's cool.
So she is like, takes her home, and he's asking like for space. He's like, I need space. We need space. Like, I just want you to be normal. And man, these scenes again, I'm like, who is answering? Is it real Nikki or Wish Nikki? Because he literally says, just be normal. And she says, I can't. And then he says, just be Nikki. And she says, I can't.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's crazy. Like all the times I've seen this movie, I'm always watching it thinking it's the Wish Nikki talking the whole time in this scene, being like, I can't be the real Nikki. But now that you're like questioning who's who now, and I'm thinking about it more now, I'm like, oh my God, it could be either way.
She really acts different from scene to scene. So it's like, you don't know what, and sometimes I think in certain scenes, it's like, what percentage has her at this moment? It might be like 60-40 right now, you know? And so, and you know, she's like crying and she's screaming and she's saying, I'm sorry. And so then in this moment, he says something like, this isn't real. And then all of a sudden she starts to fucking walk backwards.
Oh yeah. This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This was the most scared I was in the theater. Like I was not expecting it. And the sounds, like she's talking and it's like in reverse.
Jarbles, yeah.
Oh my God. Like that was so wild. And then she like does it all backwards. So then in my mind, I'm like, okay, clearly it was like Wish Nikki's trying to reset the situation. She's trying to rewind and reset the scene, the situation, because she doesn't like what's happening. But then real Nikki comes out again because she's like standing there. It's a silhouette. And she's like, it's okay, baby. And then she does this little like boom, 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 like quick run and stops again.
Like she was
and I took that as like real Nikki was like, I'm going to fucking kill this motherfucker.
Dang,
and Wish
Laura,
Nikki stalked her
Laura,
again.
I got to give you like a bunch of props right now, Laura. You were like digging deep on this episode. I'm loving it. Like this is stuff like I didn't even like think about.
Laura's grave digging.
And like I agree with all of it. Once you say it, I'm like, fuck, that does make sense. But it's stuff I didn't like pick up on. So I gotta give you credit, Laura. You're obsessed with this movie. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to handle these compliments.
I know,
Usually you're like
I know.
talking shit to me and not complimenting me. This is weird.
I know. It's taken like 200 episodes for me to give you a compliment. There you go. Yeah,
all right, there it is. There's the backhanded compliment. I knew it. Okay, so he tells her, I'm going to sleep at Ian's. And then she goes into another like unhinged monologue, which I really like this one too, where she's like, that's fine. Like, you're going to go sleep at Ian's. I'm going to lay here in the dark where I am nothingness. And it feels like my hands are filled with sand. Yeah. And that whole thing was so good too, because it's like, what if that's how real Nicki feels in like whatever limbo she's in? Like, she's basically describing like she is in nothingness. It's just nothing. There's nothing there.
it was a cool scene. Like, I wasn't sure what she was talking about was being like, if you're gonna leave me, like, I'm gonna like slit my wrist, and like this is the sensation of my body would feel like if I'm like dying. Like, I would start to go like numb, and I would start to like feel like this, and I would go cold. And so like, I was like trying to think like, wow, what is she actually like talking about? But yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's a really great monologue. It's just really fucked up.
Yeah. So but it works. He ends up staying.
Yeah.
And then Sarah texts him in the middle of the night. And so she's texting him and she's like, meet me. There's something I have to tell you right now. And he's like, just text me. And she's like, nope. And then she kind of threatens him like, hey, if you don't meet me, I'm going to come over to your house, which obviously he knows like that's not going to be any good. Yeah. So he gets up and he's like trying not to wake Nicki up. This is the worst.
This is equally like the most brutalist part of the movie, but also, like I said, as much as I've gone to like hate this guy a lot, I couldn't think of more I could hate somebody, and then this scene happens and I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe I have more to hate. Like, oh my god, like I really just wish you died. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. So what happens, Laura?
So Nicki is asleep, dead asleep, and all of a sudden we hear her voice. It's real Nicki, and she's literally like, kill me. She is begging Bear to kill her. And she's like, she's asleep. Don't wait. And then he raises his voice a little bit, and she's like, don't wake her up. She's asleep. You have to kill me. And so, and instead of being like, oh my God, are you okay? Or anything, he's just like, what's so wrong with being with me? Like,
he fucking turns it on him. I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah.
Oh.
And then she tells him, like, Bear, we've never been together.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that is brutal. Yeah. That when I saw this for the first time with my husband, that scene, I just felt like his soul left his body. He was just like, oh my God, this. So he meets up with Sarah. He gets in her car. She's like at some park in the middle of the night. And like we talked about earlier, like they kind of seem like they could have had a thing. Like maybe, all this could have been prevented. And
Nicki. Like, he was so caught up on her forever, he just really never looked at Sarah at all. And if he would have actually like looked at her, he would have been like, oh, like she's super cool. But they get along. Never looked at her.
They've got stuff in common. Yeah. He feels comfortable around her and doesn't want to have a panic attack. Yeah. And so they're in the car and she's telling him, well, first of all, she's just discussing how fucked up the night was. And like, clearly Nicki's going through something. She needs therapy. It's really bad. Yeah. And then she tells him like, look, Nicki and Ian have actually been hooking up. Like, it's not serious, but they've been hooking up for 2 years. 2 years. And so Ian thinks that this is like Nicki trying to get back at him. And then somehow it gets turned into like where she says something that basically is admitting that she likes him. And then she says something like, oh, well, I was on your left, like from the party. Like, you should have kissed me. Yeah. And in that moment, and the problem with this scene is that I'm sure you guys knew. We knew this was coming. We knew Nicki was coming.
Yeah, because like whenever you look at the way that she was framed, she wasn't. Like, Bear was it was center and she was off center. So
and then you just see the window in the background. And the scene is so long and it's so quiet. And we were just in the theater like this. Like, we knew it was coming. And we're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. And then here she comes. So she's got a brick. She smashes the window, holds the brick to the steering wheel, holds Sarah's head, and is just bashing her head, killing her. Bashes it like, face. I mean, how many times do you think?
Like 20 times. Like,
yeah.
It's just like, it's like the scene in Long Legs where it's just like gnarly. Her face is destroyed. Yeah.
Right. Or but even Smile
longer.
Too.
Yes. Yep.
Longer
Smile
legs,
Too.
Yes.
Yeah. Longer legs.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me.
Gotcha.
He got me there. Oh, that's fucking funny. And he's just like, her face is getting smashed, and he's just sitting there. Blood is like splurting all over him, and he's almost making a face like, oh, fucking Nicki. Yep, there she is killing Sarah. That sucks.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, so wild. And so, okay, so she's dead. Her face is like fully fallen off. And then, he gets out of the car and Nicki's covered in blood and he's kind of freaking out. And she's just like, oh, baby, it's okay. But just know this was all your fault. Like, you did this. Like, this is, which I love. I love that. Yeah, you wanted this.
Yeah.
So she tells him, like, it's us now and we got to hide the body. This is all your fault. And so they go to the store. And I don't know what she's doing in the store. I know that she gets the gun. We don't see that yet, but I know that she gets the gun when she goes back to the store. And then she tells him, like, all right, I think I've got it from here. I'll meet you back at home. And so he makes a pit stop on the way to the house, and he goes back to the store where he got
the crystal
One Wish Willows. They were at the like music store that they worked before. So he goes back in, and it's a different employee. And he's like, where are they? Where are they? And it's kind of a funny scene because the employee's like, what are you doing coming in here with this energy? Like, you suck, guy, right? And he's like covered in blood.
Yeah, and also he's like, what are you talking about? I don't even know like what that is. And so like, do you think this is another twist in the movie where it's like, these don't actually exist and like he's just fucking been like imagining like these things or whatever, But then it does like almost like a funny cut where the guy's like, "Oh, we moved him over there," and he's just like, "Points over there," and it's like over there. It's like, "Oh, okay, all right," kind of funny, kind of chuckle.
Yeah. So he grabs two, I guess. He had to.
No, I think just one. Oh yeah, you're right. He would have grabbed two. Yeah, you're right too.
He must have grabbed two.
Yeah.
But the guy does tell him that, like, maybe someone else can make the wish for you.
Yeah.
And so he goes to Ian's house and he tells Ian everything. He tells him the truth, but Ian is freaking out and does not believe him at all. And is just like, oh my God, what? I mean, he sees him covered in blood and he's like, is Nicki okay? What's happened? And he does not believe Bear. But Bear is asking him, like, will you please make a wish that I never made a wish?
Yeah. Which
and
I guess
fucking,
in theory it would reset
that
everything,
worked.
I think, right? Yeah.
I think that would have worked.
Yeah.
But Ian being Ian was like, I wish for $1 billion. Click. And as soon as he snaps that willow branch, $1 billion is just
money just starts
raining
falling
from the sky.
Yeah, it's a really cool scene, and also to think like how they shot that, like behind the scenes, like that would have been super cool to like film, like them just dropping a bunch of money in front of them would be like, really cool.
And the way they panned on Bear's face, it's raining and he's just like defeated.
He's like fuck.
All right, well, so then he leaves Ian's and you see him come home to his house, and we know Nicki's there. And as he's walking in, he's opening up the second One Wish Willow, and you just hear him.
Oh, that's right, because he wants her to do it.
You hear him. He's like, "Hey, Nicki, like I'm home," and then he's like, "You said you'd do anything for me, right?" So he's kind of teeing up that he's gonna ask her, like, "Will you say these words? Like maybe she loves him so much she'll do it."
Maybe,
But fuck, I mean, that was kind of funny. And then immediately from there, we get just a handful of like horrifying images. We
just pan to the kitchen, right? And Sarah is like, or her body is like sitting on a chair.
Her naked dead body.
Yeah, completely naked. Like her face, of course, is already destroyed. And it's just like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And then we also see another shrine, not with the cat this time, but just like a love shrine between the two of them. And then we see fucking Nicki walking once again like a little weird ass puppet in the background. Oh my God. And so he turns around and sees her, and she's in Sarah's dress. She has drawn the exact same tattoos on her skin. She's wearing
that's right,
like
Sarah's hair over her.
Hair.
Like Nicki has long, like kind of straight hair.
That did not occur to me. Holy crap! How did I miss that?
And and then she's got like Sarah's like kind of shorter, like wavy hair, and then she's like
She's smoking,
you know,
like
Sarah
Sarah
smoked,
smoked.
and she's like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
She's trying to smoke like
trying to
Sarah,
smoke.
yeah.
She's trying to be Sarah.
I was so I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. That like changes things. I love
Yeah,
that.
she clearly saw them in the car and was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you like her?
This is
I'm
what
gonna
you
be her.
like."
This is what you want now. You want
Yeah.
me to be
Yeah.
Sarah now, so I'm just gonna literally like be Sarah now."
Yeah. And so anyway, they get into it, right? And she's screaming and he's freaking out, and then she's got the gun and she's threatening to like kill herself, and she's like sticking the gun in her mouth, like threatening to kill herself. And in that moment, Ian busts through the front door and is like, "Man, dude, like I legit have $1 billion." And then she just shoots him in the head and kills him
Fucking
on the spot.
dumbass, dude. What a dumbass.
I know.
It's like funny when you talk about it, but it's like
It is
yeah,
funny.
it's fucking idiot. You know?
Yeah.
But then he's dead, falls
he's
to the
dead. She
ground.
kills
So now
him, yeah.
two friends are dead, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they're both just like covered in blood. And at this point, he's like, I'm just going to make her happy at this point. Like he's probably so scared that she's going to kill him. And so they're like bloody and snuggling on the couch. And he's like, okay, we're going to make this work. And she's like, we have to make this work. Yes, baby. And they're babying each other and da-da-da-da-da. And so then I think he says something like, oh, I'm going to go freshen up or like take a shower or something.
Yeah.
And then he locks himself in the bathroom, but he
took
takes the gun.
Right? Yeah, he took the
Takes
gun.
the gun. And then she immediately starts banging on the wall like, what are you doing? Oh my God. Da-da-da. He's in the bathroom. He's going to try to kill himself.
At first, he tries with the gun, right? He
tries
thinks he's
with the
gonna
gun.
blow his brains out. Because I guess at this point, he does know that if he kills himself, like I don't
over.
know. I also don't know if he's. It's weird. So it's like I don't think he's doing this for her. I don't think he's killing himself.
It's almost like
'cause
the easy way out for
he
him.
wants to just relieve himself from everything. Again, like he's just he's so selfish. the whole
Selfish.
time.
Yeah.
He never has a moment where he's not selfish. So
Yeah, exactly.
you can't even
Yeah,
do it
so
either with the gun.
He can't even do it. He can't do it.
Right.
But then he sees the pills, the same pills that took down poor Sandy, and he swallows them all. And so he's sitting there, you know, and he kind of has this, I think he changes his mind, like, oh shit, I don't actually really want to die. So he's about to make himself throw them up
And then he hears
when
the
all of a
crack,
sudden,
right?
and I didn't hear the crack.
I'm pretty
So
sure
I
you
didn't
hear the
catch
crack.
this until my
I'm pretty
second
sure.
watch.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, he's almost like euphoric, and the music's
Yeah.
playing.
He, like,
and he walks
switches.
out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
He switches, and he
Yeah.
genuinely, and the actor, kudos, because
Oh, 100%.
he actually looked so happy
Yeah.
and so in love.
And the music is like changing, right?
The
Yeah.
music's changed,
Yeah.
and they're just looking at each other, and but they both look so happy and so in love, and they, you know, they like hold each other, they embrace, and then I noticed this on the second watch. I did not notice this the first time. You see the One Wish Willow has been opened and
Yeah.
cracked on the shrine. So
Yeah.
she clearly wished for him to like love her back or love her the same. And in this moment, they are both like actually in love, which once again proves that he didn't actually really love her this whole time. Maybe loved the idea of her.
Oh, 100. Yeah.
But
I agree.
like this was now how he would have been acting, right? If he like
Yeah.
were truly in love with her.
Yeah.
But then unfortunately the pills kick in and he starts
Yeah,
to,
he starts to, like,
OD,
vomit.
and then he dies. Bear dies.
Yeah.
And so she, of course, is like so upset. She's
Just
crying,
sobbing and crying.
sobbing, takes the gun, and is about to kill herself because Wish-Nicki does not want to be alive.
Yeah.
Bear's dead. But in that moment, the wish is over.
Yeah.
And so
He's
real
gone.
Nikki comes
Yep.
back. Real Nikki comes back. And it's so funny because she just drops his body. Just drops it. And she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? And it's actually a very, very sad ending because it doesn't, like, Nikki's fucked. She's fucked.
Yeah. I mean, the reality of like what's happened in like her life afterwards is like a whole nother thing. But it's like, I mean, again, you got to give credit to the actress, like going from like sobbing to like the click and her like waking up, and then like
Right.
the realization of like where am I? Oh my god, what's happening? And then sobbing again, but it's like a different sob, and it's like a different like horror and emotion. It's just like so great of acting in this scene.
I don't know. I think it's no surprise. I loved this movie. It was like
think
so upsetting. And I think the biggest scare of this movie is the concept of it. And so I think
Absolutely.
I really like that. You know, I've been watching all these interviews with Curry Barker because I'm just so
Oh.
like impressed and amazed with this guy. And he
Mm.
was saying that Hereditary was actually a big inspiration for him because it was
Oh,
the first
interesting.
time he watched a horror movie and felt like the story was just so legit and so
Mm.
good and the concept itself was so upsetting
Mm.
and that they didn't just add the scares to add the scares, like they were woven in a
Mm. Oh,
perfect
wow.
amount, but it was the story that really came first. And I feel
Yeah.
like Obsession, I agree.
Oh,
I
100%.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like the story itself is what is horrifying, and it's so
Yeah.
great that they're able to capture these really scary scenes too. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I agree. Yeah. I agree. All right. So we want to do ratings, Laura?
yep.
Are we
Let's
doing the
do.
obvious, like how many willow sticks?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do
How
that.
many
Yeah.
restraining orders? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Who do you want to go first, Laura?
Rob, you go first.
You go first? Yeah, I mean, I really dug this movie. I really like. I said the first time I watched it, I was kind of like whatever about it, just because of the hype. Second, third time, fourth time I watched it, just really like noticing more details, more things. Even talking with Laura, like all these different theories and just like who's who and when makes it even like crazier. Like I really feel like if I watch it again tonight, like I'm gonna be like, wow, this is even better than I thought, because it just makes you question things, which is really cool. Like there's not a whole lot I would feel like I would change in the movie, so I gotta go super high. I gotta say probably like 4.5, like
Ooh.
almost
Wow.
perfect, because it's just really interesting. It's that's one thing. It's like it's not like a new concept. Like we've seen like Fatal Attraction. We've seen movies where it's like, somebody loving somebody so much like something bad happens, but it's just the way Curry Barker does it, and the twists and the lighting and the directing. It's just that
The
combined is
sound.
so new and innovative and something I haven't seen before. So it kind of puts
Yeah.
it on a new level. So yeah, and then again to the main actress in this movie, like she's just like above and beyond anything I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm say 4.5 willow sticks. Yeah, the half one I
Nice.
cracked. I cracked the half one. I wish for Greg to be in my bedroom with me. So hopefully that
Bring
happens.
that
Hopefully,
banana bread.
hopefully that happens later.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Uh,
All right,
Yeah.
Greg, how many willow sticks are you giving this?
I actually like this a lot more. Like talking. I mean, so it's like you said, Laura. Like, are you watching this like in your feels, or are you watching it like logically? For
Yeah.
me, often it's like I'm like looking at movies like, was this scene effective? And so like I
Mm-hmm.
want the scenes to be like earned, right? It's like take the face smashing scene. Like a lot of people go, holy shit, like whoa, that's crazy. For me, I'm like, okay, like why this? Because like in Charlie's death scene in Hereditary, not to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but obviously you should have. It's shocking, right? But afterwards, everything clicks. Like the allergy, the telephone pole,
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
speeding, the silence, like her screaming. It feels so horrifyingly earned, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like so many moments here, it didn't like click. But again, like trying to pull myself away from that and being like, look, they spent like not even $1 million on this movie, which is
I know.
absolutely insane. I could
Yeah.
never figure out how you would do something like that. But yeah, just parsing through with the acting, like Nikki's acting is just amazing. The sound, the lighting is great. Like I will give this four willow sticks out of
Oh
5.
wow,
Wow.
nice, good.
I
Yeah.
thought you were going to
Good.
be way lower than that. Yeah.
I feel like Greg coming in was probably gonna say a 3, and
A
then
three.
talking to us, they like pushed it up. I think, right,
Which
Greg?
that's happened.
Oh
That's
yeah, yeah,
definitely
Yeah.
happened before.
Oh, 100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Greg, I almost feel like you needed more of an intro with them to like get to know them a little bit more. And I almost feel like maybe it would have been helpful to know, like you said, like the only thing we know about Bear is that he moved from another town when he was younger. Nikki befriended him,
Hmm.
and we know that his grandma left him that house. But like, does he have
Yeah.
parents? Does he have anyone else in his life? I almost feel like you need a little bit more
I
background on
do,
like
but
them,
I
just like
think
a
the
little
point of
bit.
this movie was it was not to. It's interesting. I think the point of the movie was not to give that to us. Like I
Yeah.
love characters that are like Dexter or Walter White, to where they're objectively bad people, but you can see why they're making the decisions that they
Right.
do, right? But
Yeah.
like I feel
Yeah.
like maybe the point of this was like maybe Curry doesn't want us to have any empathy for him at all. And like maybe that disconnects me,
Yeah.
but maybe that's the point.
Well, and that's kind of something that drew me to liking the beginning was like, I feel like they just dropped us into a day in their life without that typical movie buildup.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I'm about to blow your guys' minds.
Uh-oh.
I'm
here we
giving
go.
this a 5.
Wow. I don't remember the
Laura,
last movie.
who
Laura
saves her
gave me
fives for Halloween
For
and
like
Scream only.
Scream.
You
Oh my.
hoards them, man. You
This
hoard
is
them
like
fives.
what?
I just feel
The third
like
5?
Oh.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I think that I was worried about the hype too, and it delivered. And maybe even surpassed. I was like, oh my God, this is just so crazy and just made me think. And the first time I saw it, I almost said, and I know we've said this about a bunch of other movies, like it was really good, I'll never watch it again. I almost felt like that the first time because I was so just horrified.
Yeah.
And then I was like, couldn't wait to see it again and
Oh, wow,
couldn't stop
that's cool.
thinking about it. And the more it came up on my feed, I was just like obsessed. I was
Yeah,
obsessed.
you were.
That you're obsessed.
You were.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll close it out then. Follow and contact us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Conjecturing Pod. And YouTube is where our episodes drop first, so definitely check us out there. Please let us know what movies to do next. I think we'll continue to put polls out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
I know
doing the
Rob's been
polls.
doing that
like
on
it.
Twitter, and
Yeah,
I did it on
it's fun.
Instagram for the first time and got
Yeah, you did.
definitely
You did a good job. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people responded. So
Some good suggestions.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool.
so we'll continue to engage that way, but let us know for sure. And follow Rob because Rob's famous. Rob,
Yeah,
where you
I'm
at? What you
famous.
got going on?
Come be obsessed about me. Come follow me. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram at the RL Writes, posting stupid memes, stuff about horror, and talking about horror short films I'm producing, possibly working on. We're still waiting on an announcement, but it's coming. It's coming soon. We're working on stuff behind the scenes. So yeah, come get obsessed.
Yay.
Yeah.
Time to get obsessed. I love it. All right. Until next time, remember, horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya.
See you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.